knowledge to become a U.S. citizen, or will I be deported? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Quinjamin channel. My name is Quinn, and I'm your host, and today we're going to be trying something a little challenging. The American Citizenship Test is a test that all immigrants have to take in order to get citizenship in the U.S. It has all sorts of random information about the U.S. that is really not applicable to day-to-day life. And it's one of the hardest things that you have to do to become a citizen of the U.S. There are four main topics that this test goes over: American government, American history, integrated civics, and 18 key names that you need to know. 100 questions. I need to get 60 correct in order to pass and not get deported. I've got ICE on the line and they're ready to kick me out at a moment's notice, so hopefully I pass. I don't know. I don't want to live in Mexico. First question: who lived in America before the Europeans arrived? Native Americans, duh. Let's go! 1 for 1, baby. I got it right. Oh, whoops. I didn't get it wrong. All right, I need to refresh because I fucked up. What stops one branch of government from becoming too powerful? First question. Well, the three branches of government obviously are the judicial branch, which, you know, the executive branch and the legislative branch, and they all have checks and balances against each other. And that's what I'm going to say. Checks and balances of the other branches. Let's go. 1 for 1. Name one state that borders Mexico. Well, I can name multiple. Texas, California, New Mexico, Arizona. Did I get them all? Let's go! I'm nasty. I feel like I should get bonus points for that. There are 4 amendments to the Constitution about who can vote. Describe one of them. There's the amendment that abolished slavery and that gave African Americans the right to vote, or black people, if you will. There's also one that gave women the right to vote. I don't know which amendment that is. I think it's like the 16th Amendment gave women the right to vote. Okay, any citizen can vote. Women and men can vote. Yeah, that counts. That counts, right? A male citizen of any race can vote. That's also an amendment that we have. And you know what? We love that. I got that right. What is the political party of the president now? Joseph Biden is a Democrat, baby. Yup. If both the president and vice president can no longer serve, who becomes president? There's a whole succession chart in the US government, which is hilarious. It goes all the way down to like the most random people, like cabinet secretaries and like all sorts of other weird people. But I think that it's the Speaker of the House becomes the president. Yup. What is the supreme law of the land? What on earth? What do you mean? What do you mean? What is the supreme law of the land? God? I don't know, man. What is the supreme law of the land? Whatever the president says goes? The Constitution. What a weirdly worded question. I got that wrong. What does the president's cabinet do? Well, obviously it stores his teacups and other fine china. So when you do this test, I think you do it in person with like a U.S. immigrations officer. They ask you these and you have to answer verbally. So if you said that, they would probably count it wrong. They probably would not like that joke. You know what they do is they appoint federal regulators to different agencies. They appoint federal regulators to different agencies, and that's what my answer. I'm going to lock it in. They run the different agencies. Advises the president. Okay, I got that one wrong. What is the highest court in the United States? That would be the Supreme Court, the most impartial and non-political body in the entire United States. Am I right, ladies? Yeah! What major event happened on September 11th, 2001 in the United States? Well, Bush's magnum opus, 9/11, baby. Terrorist attack. Also, there was an attack on the Pentagon, and there were bombs planted on the George Washington Bridge. Yep, got that one right. What is the name of the national anthem? I actually don't think that I know this. It's like Stars and Stripes Forever? Something to do with Stars and Stripes. I don't think Stars and Stripes Forever is it. It's not America the Beautiful either. Oh, say, can you see? I'm stalling. It's the Star Spangled Banner, baby. Come on! I'm as American as it gets. Who is one of your state's U.S. senators now? Oh my God, I don't actually know who the Minnesota state senators are. I know our governor is Tim Walz. Ilhan Omar is a House rep from Minnesota. I legitimately have no answer for this. Amy Klobuchar. How could I forget Amy? And Tina Smith. Okay, I got that one wrong. Now I know though. What did Susan B. Anthony do? Well, she was a famous women's rights activist, right? But she also designed the American flag. Yes? Yes! Yes, not the flag designer. Who did the flag? Put that up on the screen right now. What group of people was taken to America and sold as slaves? They're like, we just want you to remember what we did. Black people? I guess. Africans, people from Africa, I'm gonna count it.
Are you sure about that?
What is one promise you make when you become a United States citizen? You need to uphold the Constitution, I think. Give up loyalty to other countries. Defend the Constitution and the laws of the United States. Let's go, baby. Of course. Yeah, I got that right. Who did the United States fight in World War II? Well, there were many enemies. The main being the Germans. Also, the Japanese. Japan, Germany, and Italy. Forgot about the Italians. Why does the flag have 50 stars? Well, that's a really great question, Mr. Immigration Officer. But first, I'd like to tell you a little bit about why I love America. He would be like,
"You're stalling. You're stalling, son. Just answer the damn question."
Psh, smacks me with the butt of his rifle. Ah! Okay. It's because there's 50 states. What is the capital of your state? St. Paul, Minnesota. How old do citizens have to be to vote for president? Well, in order to run for president, you must be 35 years old, or in the year 2024, you have to be at least 80 to run for president, it seems. But 18 is the voting age in America. What is the name of the Speaker of the House of Representatives now? Oh my God, I don't know. It used to be McCarthy, but then he got ousted. I don't know. Martha Stewart. Mike Johnson. Everyone knows that, right? We all know about Mikey J. What is freedom of religion? It is the freedom to practice whatever religion you so choose without the fear of persecution. You can practice any religion or not practice a religion. Yep, I will count that. Name the U.S. war between the North and the South. Well, that would be the War of Northern Aggression, as they taught me in the Virginia public schools, or as we call it today, the Civil War, the war between states. Notably absent the War of Northern Aggression. What is the capital of the United States? Washington, D.C., baby. The House of Representatives has how many voting members? Oh my God, I have no idea. I'm gonna venture a guess and say it's like either 300 something or 500 something. I think it's like 512. 435 between my two guesses. Got that wrong. This is hard. What happened at the Constitutional Convention? Well, they ratified the Constitution and also wrote it. Constitution was written. That's the answer, and I got that right. Who was the first president? George W. Washington. Our man with the wood teeth. Yes, sir. What are two rights of everyone living in the United States? I'm thinking that one of them is a right to a speedy trial, a speedy fair trial. And I think that says a lot about the state of the government and the country, if that is my first thought. I think maybe it's freedom of speech, I think is one. And then freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of religion. Okay, good. There are more than two. When do we celebrate Independence Day? Well, it's July 8th right now, so I remember. And you can see this ad over here is advertising a 4th of July sale, so that's a little bit of a spoiler. 4th of July. What is the name of the Vice President of the United States now? Kamala Harris. What is one responsibility that is only for United States citizens? This is a weirdly worded question. It feels like a trick question. To uphold the Constitution? Serve on a jury? Vote in a federal election? That is such a stupid question. What territory did the United States buy from France in 1803? Gotta dig deep for this one. Gotta go back to AP US history. It's not Alaska. That's Seward's Folly. Let's call it the Louisiana Purchase. The Louisiana Territory. Louisiana? That counts, right? We'll count that. Before he was president, Eisenhower was a general. What war was he in? Dwight D. Eisenhower, aka the man who stormed Normandy? He was a general in World War II. How many amendments does the Constitution have? Dear God, I actually have no idea. So the Bill of Rights is the first 10 amendments to the Constitution. And then there's I think it's 28 or 32, because there hasn't been one in such a long time. I'm gonna say 28. Ooh, so close, 27. They would not count that though. What did Martin Luther King Jr. do? Well, he was obviously an advocate for racial equality. He elevated the consciousness of the citizens of the United States, and he was a civil rights activist for racial equality. How about that? Worked for equality for all Americans? Yeah, all right, I'll count that. Who is the father of our country? It's one of the founding fathers. Definitely not that dirty dog, B. Frank. He was an absolute dog. You should read up on him. What he did in France. Oh my God. My mind goes to George Washington, obviously, but it also goes to Thomas Jefferson. I'm gonna say George Washington though. Oh, I'm nasty, dude. What is one right or freedom from the First Amendment? Well, there's freedom of speech, freedom of the press. And I think that it actually maybe has religious freedom lumped into it. I'm going to say freedom of speech, though. Speech, religion, assembly, press, and petition the government. Wow, 5 of those rolled into one amendment. That's like all we need. How many justices are on the Supreme Court? Let me think about this. So we got Anthony Scalia, Clarence Thomas, Kavanaugh. I think it's 9. It's an odd number so that they don't have ties. I'm going to say 9. Who does a U.S. senator represent? What do you mean? What do you mean, who does this U.S. senator represent? Me. He represents me and you and the other citizens of the United States watching this. I think he just represents the people of the state for which they serve. All people of the state. Wow, I'm actually nasty. I'm actually kind of crazy at this. What are 2 rights in the Declaration of Independence? I don't know. The right to not have to quarter troops in your house. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Got that one wrong. I should have got that one right, though. Who signs bills to become laws? The president, El Presidente. Name one American Indian tribe in the United States. Well, in Virginia, there's the Powhatan tribe. There's also the Sioux tribe, which was more to the west. I think I'll say the Powhatan tribe. Oh my God, there's a lot. Is Powhatan not on here? I said Sioux. It counts. What is the rule of law? I don't know. What do you mean, what is the rule of law? What kind of question is this? It's what the law does. It rules. What? Everyone must follow the law. Leaders must obey the law. Government must obey the law. No one is above the law. Well, I got that wrong. What does the judicial branch do? They interpret the laws that Congress, the legislative branch, hands down. Reviews the laws, explains the laws, resolves disputes, decides if a law goes against the Constitution. I'll count that. Name your U.S. representative. Oh, dude, I don't know. Ilhan Omar? Oh! Yes! Yes! Where is the Statue of Liberty? That's in New York City, baby. I'll count that. During the Cold War, what was the main concern of the United States? I mean, fighting the spread of communism would be the official answer, but also just, propping up dictatorships around the world and getting resources from them. But, well, we don't need to talk about that. Fighting communism. What is one thing Benjamin Franklin is famous for? Getting syphilis in France. I'll say it again. Getting syphilis in France. He was a dog. He was an absolute dog, but he's also on the $100 bill. He's also one of the framers of the Constitution. He was the U.S. ambassador to France. U.S. diplomat, okay. Oldest member of the Constitutional Convention. I don't think he's really known for that. All right, we'll take U.S. diplomat. What is one reason colonists came to America? For religious freedom, baby, and to, do whatever they wanted. Freedom, political liberty, religious freedom, economic opportunity to practice their religion, and escape persecution. I got it right. Under our Constitution, some powers belong to the federal government. What is one power of the federal government? They regulate interstate commerce. Wait, I got it wrong. To print money, to declare war, to create an army, and to make treaties. What? Okay, I got that wrong. When was the Declaration of Independence adopted? The War of 1812? No, 1647. 1776. Okay, got that wrong. There were 13 original states, name 3. Virginia, Pennsylvania, Delaware. Virginia, Pennsylvania, Delaware, baby. Come on now, I'm nasty. Name one right only for United States citizens. The right to vote in federal elections. Vote in federal elections and run for federal office. Nice. I feel like we already had this question. Am I crazy? The Federalist Papers supported the passage of the U.S. Constitution. Name one of the writers. Alexander Hamilton might have been a Federalist. Or John Adams. I'm gonna go Hamilton. Let's go! Publius? Who is Publius? Who is in charge of the executive branch? El Presidente. What are the 2 major political parties in the United States? That would be Republican and Democrat. The idea of self-government is in the first 3 words of the Constitution. What are these words? We the people. Come on now! Put it on a bumper sticker and put an American flag behind it. Name the 2 longest rivers in the United States. Well, the first one, I obviously know. It is called the Mississippi. and it runs all the way from Canada down to the Gulf of Mexico. And then the second one would have to be the Colorado? The Missouri River. Wait, that's crazy that you need to know the longest rivers in the US to become a citizen. What is it? Who is this applicable for? What did the Emancipation Proclamation do? That abolished slavery. Nice. Why do some states have more representatives than other states? Well, the real question is, why do all states have the same amount of senators? And why does the Electoral College have a baseline amount of votes that isn't actually based on the population of the state? Those are better questions. They have higher populations. Because of the state's population, they have more people. Some states have more people. Got that right. Name one branch or part of the government. The legislative branch, the judicial branch, the executive branch. Yeah, we'll count that. Who is the Chief Justice of the United States now? It's one of those ones that takes all the bribes. One of those guys. I think it's Clarence Thomas. John Roberts. Yikes, dude. Why did the colonists fight the British? They had taxation without representation. They didn't get to vote in the English government, but they had to pay taxes to the English government. Also, they were bored. Taxation without representation. Yes. What do we call the first 10 amendments of the Constitution? We talked about this earlier. It's the Bill of Rights. What movement tried to end racial discrimination? The Civil Rights Movement? Yup. What are two cabinet level positions? Okay, I have to think deep on this. The first would be the Secretary of Transportation. Then the second would be the Secretary of Defense. Then there's also Secretary of the Interior. There's also Secretary of Agriculture. Let's try to name one more. Secretary of State. Oh, Attorney General and Vice President. I didn't realize that. Agriculture, yes. Defense, yes. That's nice that you only have to name two. If you had to name them all, that would be hard. We elect a U.S. Senator for how many years? Too many years. 6. What is the economic system in the United States? Capitalism, baby, giving us all the best things. When must all men register for the Selective Service? When you're 18 or when you register to vote? Okay. What are 2 ways that Americans can participate in their democracy? I mean, well, one is voting, obviously. Oh, you can vote and you can run for office. Vote, help with the campaign, yep. Run for office, yes. When is the last day you can send in federal income tax forms? This is actually a really good question for US citizenship because this is like one of the main things that you have to do as a citizen. April 15th. Oh, I do pay my taxes. If the president can no longer serve, who becomes president? Vice president. What is an amendment? This is a change to the Constitution that is ratified by the legislative branch. Yup. What does the Constitution do? It sets up the rules and framework for the government, I guess. We'll take that. How many US senators are there? 2 per state, so 100. Yep. Name one state that borders Canada. Minnesota! Oh, Maine does too. New Hampshire, Vermont, New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Minnesota. Name 2 national US holidays. July 4th, not tax day. That's a holiday for the IRS though. July 4th and President's Day. President's Day. Independence Day, that's July 4th. We count it. What did the Declaration of Independence do? Declared our independence from England, from Great Britain, counting it. What are the 2 parts of the US Congress? It is the House of Representatives and the Senate. Who lived in America before the Europeans arrived? I think we already did this one. Oh no, I did it before I restarted. Who is the commander-in-chief of the military? Well, that's a good question. It's Joseph Biden. El Prez. Under our Constitution, some powers belong to the states. What is one power of the states? What is one power of the states? They can tax. They can definitely tax, but that's not an exclusive power. Provide schooling and education, provide protection, safety, driver's license, zoning, and land use. I knew none of those. Who was president during the Great Depression and World War II? FDR? I think it's Franklin Delano Roosevelt with the New Deal to get us out of the Great Depression. Yes! Actually, his middle name was Delano. Who vetoes bills? El Prez. We're getting close. Why does the flag have 13 stripes? For all the times that I've bled for my goddamn country. Why does it have 13 stripes? I don't know. For symmetry? Oh, 13 colonies. Yes! Name one problem that led to the US Civil War. Slavery. Yeah, slavery, and also, as they teach you in Virginia public schools, states' rights, baby. Slavery, states' rights. When was the Constitution written? 1776? 1787. So we were independent without a constitution for over a decade. Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? Thomas Jefferson. I'm so nice. I think I have an advantage because I grew up in Virginia, and Virginia state public schools love talking about the Declaration of Independence, and TJ because he was from Virginia, or he lived in Virginia. What ocean is on the west coast of the United States? The Pacific. Some of these questions have such high difficulty, and then some have such embarrassingly low difficulty. What is the name of the US president right now? Joe Biden. It's also actually Joseph Biden. Name one US territory. Puerto Rico. I'll name a bunch. American Samoa, US Virgin Islands, Guam. I think that's all I can think of. Puerto Rico, US Virgin Islands, American Samoa, Guam, and the Northern Mariana Islands. I didn't know that. One important thing Abraham Lincoln did is he abolished slavery. Saved or preserved the Union? That would be a crazy way to answer that question. Who was president during World War I? Grover Cleveland. No, it's not Grover Cleveland. Woodrow Wilson. Didn't even cross my mind. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1800s. The War of 1812. Yes, and the Mexican-American War, the Civil War, Spanish-American War. We fought a lot of wars in the 1800s, dang. In what month do we vote for president? November. Yes. We elect the U.S. representative for how many years? In the House of Representatives, I think it's 2 years. Yup. What ocean is on the east coast of the United States? Atlantic. Who is the governor of your state right now? It's Tim Walz, I believe. Tim Walz. Put a pic of him up. He's an old geezer. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1900s. Well, World War I, World War II, Desert Storm, Vietnam, Korea, World War I, World War II, Korean War, Vietnam, Persian Gulf War. Nice. We elect a president for how many years? 4 years. Who makes federal laws? The legislative branch? What do we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance? The flag. That big old dirty flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, I got 84 out of 100. Ice, you can stand down, guys. You don't have to take me. I'm good. I belong here. I passed. Woo! Subscribe.